Tacoma Working Mom TV. I'm Rosie, your host. I am live downtown Tacoma with Angie Guy, a fellow Tacoma working mom, and she is a working mom, wife, business owner here in Tacoma. Hi, Angie.
Hello.
Thank you for being on the show today.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. So we met at a women's networking event at the Melting Pot.
Yes.
A few years ago, and I came to your studio for an event that you were having for women that was great. I got to meet a couple other business owners that I've actually worked with since then.
Awesome.
Which was really nice. And so I just wanted to talk to you today and introduce you to the Tacoma Working Mom community, because I think that you would really like Angie, and so let's get started.
Okay.
Tell me about your family and your business. Family first.
Okay. So I have a husband and a 2-year-old son. My husband's name is Steve, and my son's name is Max.
Cute.
And yeah.
Okay.
Good times. And
It
that is
is.
our whole family.
The three of
We
you.
are one and done.
You're one and done.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And tell me about your business.
So I've had my business for 6 years. I primarily, I shoot a little bit of everything, as most photographers do. I definitely feel like it takes a few years to really find out, for one, like what your passion is, and then also to just keep working with that clientele and narrowing yourself down to what you really love to do. I thought I loved weddings, and the further along I've gotten, they're just so big and so much work, and now especially with a family, the amount of time behind a computer for a wedding, I'm just not committed to that anymore. So I just this year decided I'm dropping weddings and focusing more on portraits. My 2 favorites are high school seniors and boudoir, which are 2 totally different spectrum.
Yeah.
But I think really, in a way, though, it's the same, because it's working one-on-one with someone and making them feel very special, as opposed to working with a group and trying to make sure everybody looks great. You know, you're just really connecting one-on-one with someone. So that's where I really love those 2 opportunities.
So, as a business owner and working mom, and your son is 2, so he's not in school yet during the day.
Right.
So you are with him, or you have childcare of some sort. So, with your business and photography, you can't really have him running around during the photo shoot.
Yeah.
So, what does a day in your business look like?
Well, every day is different.
Yeah.
There is no set day for my business. My photo sessions generally are on the weekend, because that's when other people are available. So thankfully then Dad's home from work, and so that works out pretty well. But thankfully I have a lot of people too around me that are available to help. My mother-in-law's a great help with stuff during the week, whether it be a photo shoot or working in my office. And then obviously other opportunities as well. We've got a daycare I take him to occasionally, and
It's really important to have a support system as a working mom.
yes.
And I have family in the area and some other sitters, which I think is so important, and I would recommend that to every working mom. Make sure you always have options when it comes to childcare, because something will fall through, and you'll need to call a backup, right?
Yes, and then also too, like if you're not a mom or you're pregnant and you're thinking about like your business, I just kind of had this grand idea of how everything was going to fall into place and how these people have offered to step up and help, but then you start getting this guilt about like, oh, I've asked them too many times to help.
Yeah.
Should I ask someone else?
Right.
And you just don't want to take advantage of the people who help you, and
Yeah.
even though they say they're great and let me help you, but then you're like, well, yeah, but you're watching them all the time. So
Right, and you
just
need the help.
having a plan and just really talking to people who are helping you free of charge. Am I asking too much of you, and are you okay with our arrangement and that kind of thing. But then I think also being firm with, or really talking about that plan for how is this going to work, because a lot of times I would just be like up in the air, and even still sometimes I don't set it up, and then I feel stressed out that I don't have a plan, and that I'm asking all the time, things like that.
So we are sitting in the middle of your studio. As you can see, we've got the lights, they're all around us, and the backdrop, and I think Angie probably has 30 backdrops here to choose from. It's a really fun studio. If you get a chance, give her a call if you need a session done. So as a photographer, it's a very glamorous job, right? I mean, as a business owner, how glamorous is your job?
Yes, it's a glamorous, people think it's glamorous, I should say.
Yeah. Is it as glamorous as it sounds?
No, not at all. I always thought, oh, it'll be great, I'll be, out taking pictures, and I'm so tired of my desk job. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm out taking pictures, like, I couldn't even quantify, like 10% of my job is taking pictures.
Right.
The rest of it is sitting behind the computer and editing and marketing and accounting and, yeah.
Which, by the way, I think you do a really good job of marketing your business.
Thank you.
And I don't want you to share all of your marketing secrets with the rest of the world, but do you have one thing, as a small business, do you have one thing that you think has really helped to grow your business? And if you do, what is that one thing?
Well, Facebook really did help for quite a while, but now it really isn't a good option for business owners anymore. They're just making it harder and harder and working more towards getting you to pay for advertising. So thankfully I came in at a time when it was growing and it was good for business. Other than that, really, I'm mostly a word of mouth. I don't pay for any advertising. I have paid for some Facebook advertisement things, but for the most part, I don't pay. I pay for a newsletter, an email newsletter that I send out, but that's pretty much it. I feel like my best referrals are people who are referred to me by, well, that's a referral. But
So, and which, by the way, stay tuned right after the interview because we have one of your clients who did a pinup shoot earlier today, and she is here talking about her experience. So one more thing for you, Angie. What advice do you have for working moms that work either at home like you do or in your studio or work outside of the home? What advice do you have?
I think the biggest thing is coming up with that plan, knowing when you're going to work, having those backups, like you say. I was just
for
speaking,
childcare.
Yep. I was just speaking with another photographer recently who was saying that she's got a plan, and so many times like you think you're going to work at a specific time, and then you have your childcare falls through, and then you've been saving work for 3 days for that hour or that day when you're going to have childcare, and then it's gone, and then you're panicking. So just really having those backups in place and knowing these are the hours I work, trying to separate some time out for your family and making it work for your family. At one point my husband came to me over the summer and just said, I miss my wife. And it was just like once we had a kid, it was he comes home, I go to work at my desk. So it was kind of an eye-opener. I mean, I, of course, was feeling that drive to work, knowing I was working a lot, but not knowing where he was. So just checking in with your spouse and knowing, asking them, how are you feeling about the way that things are going too? So
yeah, that's good. Thank you very much. I appreciate being on the show. Rachel, tell me about your experience coming into Angie's studio today.
Well, I just came in, showered with clean hair, no makeup on, just kind of showed up, not done up at all, and the makeup artist did my makeup, did my hair, and while she was doing that, I got to drink champagne and just kind of relax and get ready. Like a little more confident about the photo shoot after I got my hair and makeup done. It was sort of like a transformative feeling, and I certainly wouldn't have even known where to start to do makeup for a photo session, especially a pinup photo session. So that was definitely one of my favorite parts of this experience, was getting that done. Well, at first I was a little nervous, like I wouldn't know what to do or how to pose, but it turned out to be a lot of fun, and she's really good at telling me how to tilt my head, where to put my hands. So I really felt like I didn't have to come into the session knowing really at all how to, pose for these pictures. She just kind of told me what to do, and I did it, and it was a lot of fun. And then you have something to show for it for years to come.
Thanks for watching Tacoma Working Mom TV. We'll see you next week.